Welcome to Sex and the One, the podcast with B and KV.
Getting down and dirty about all things love, life, sex, dating, and relationships. Welcome.
Yes.
Welcome back to Podcast Land.
Dun, da, 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 da. Do you know what this song is?
No.
You know how I'm a singer?
Yeah.
Called The Case of the Ex.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
We like this.
We like this
Do
song.
you remember when you used to sing every episode and then dance every
yes,
episode?
that's why I was going to sing the song.
What happened?
What you gonna do when you can't say no? I really need to know when. How you gonna act? How you gonna handle that? You know, what you gonna do if she wants you back?
I really think
I would
that
cry.
you should become a singer.
This is my moment. This is
Yeah.
the only time people are gonna hear me sing.
You have so many good qualities. What are your good qualities? Talk to me.
What do you mean?
Well, so what are you good at?
I don't know.
Women should be like.
Why are you
more-
putting me on the
I'm
spot?
on a
I'm very
mission.
organised. I'm an organised person.
I'm on a mission for women to be able to go about what they're good at.
I'm good at organising holidays.
Organising. Yes, you are.
I am not so good at letting men stay friends with women.
Look at her. Don't,
Ah.
excuse me.
I don't.
You are not allowed to divert to
I
the
divert.
actual topic yet. I didn't say you could. Okay. So this is the topic of this week. We talked about this last week in relation to this week. This is actually, I have a friend who I asked, hey, what questions do you think we should talk about on the pod? And he said,
Get your shit together. No.
he said, Chris, you're a psycho. No, he didn't. He said he would like to talk more about and like more information about and like basically, you know, for people to give more thought to at what point is it not okay to be friends with an ex? At what point is someone an ex? How do you bring up that you're friends with women who you have slept with in the past? At what point is that area murky? When you're dating, he didn't say all of this, by the way. I'm translating some further thoughts to this of my own.
Expanding.
But, you know, when you're dating someone and you're sleeping with other people, how does that all work? So, like, it all fits into the same category. But before we go down that path, I need to know, as usual, from B, what is your official opinion? Do you believe in friends with benefits?
If I ever had a friend with a benefit.
And can you be friends with your ex?
No. No, you cannot. No, look, I have matured, but I don't know. It's such a okay. Coming from my position,
Yes.
I think it looks really different, and I don't want to blanket the answer with my answer because it's not really.
So what you're saying is, and I think this is good, is
Okay, thank you.
it would depend on a for instance, wouldn't it? If, for
Yes.
instance, this is what's going on, would you be okay with that if you were the woman?
100%. And I think where I'm going to come from is that Anth and I had a relationship, then broke up, had other relationships in that time.
Mm-hmm.
And in order for us to sort of, when we got back together, I wanted to know everything. I wanted to know the A to Z, who she was. I never wanted to be put in a situation where potentially one of his friends or, you know, family member would say something and then I'd be on the outer and not know what they were referring to.
Yes.
I know he got up to some shit.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know every detail. So if we're going to be together, just tell me. Like, let's move past that.
Information and knowledge is power, isn't it?
Yeah, and I didn't
He
care
had
what
the
it was.
power.
I didn't
Yep.
judge him for what he did.
No.
But I just didn't want to be in the dark about it and look like a fool on the other side.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think from like knowing that I wanted to be with him from that point and that this was it for us, then the more I knew, the better. Like if I know everything, there's no secrets. Like we can't hide anything.
So do you have friends that are men? Does Anth have friends that are women?
Yeah, the school mums and the school dads.
Yep. Okay.
I will go and have coffee with the dad
Yep.
if the mum's not there,
Okay.
and that's fine. And Anth will too.
Yeah. Okay. So because I mean, you just say that like it's normal.
Yeah,
it
it is,
actually
isn't
isn't. For a lot of people, it isn't because a lot of people I talk to, that represents a what do you call it, a threat, because a lot of people, their main philosophy. I'm saying this is I'm KVing this now, but the people don't say this. I'm KVing it, but a lot of people have the philosophy that men only have value to women in relation to sex and vice versa. So men are only interested in women if they can have sex with them. If they're friends with them, it's because they want to have sex with them and they're trying to have, they're trying to get in their pants. And if a woman friend zones a man, she can be friends with him for 5 years and then turn around and say, do you want to have sex? And they'll say yes. That's the theory.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's the truth. I'm just saying that's the theory.
But that's what I'm acknowledging. I feel like I'm in a different, I feel like it's, I don't know.
Well, it's not different because you could theoretically be having an affair with the
but
my
brain doesn't even go there.
I know. I'm just saying because you see men have value other than what they can offer sexually. You see men have value in society for lots of other things. But that's the issue with a lot of people is that they see the value as only, like they say the old adage that a woman is nice to everyone, a guy is nice to people he wants to sleep with. Like I'm not saying all men are like this, of course.
I get what you're
saying.
But
so like you just don't have that filter because you're not interested.
No.
It's just not in you. But a lot of people, like their husbands, would be uncomfortable with you hanging out with a man, for example.
Well, I don't have a lot of male friends, to be honest.
Yeah, see,
I work in an all-female environment. My friend's gay, like the other male I'm thinking of.
Yeah, see, I have
parents.
quite a few male friends who I have never slept with, would never sleep with,
Yeah.
and they're just friends and they're men.
Yep.
And I have men who I would be friends with who I have slept with. Who have just become friends afterwards, that I wouldn't necessarily, or maybe I'd sleep with them again, maybe I wouldn't. But that's the interesting thing, right? So if you meet someone on an app, right, for example, and you sleep with them a few times, and then you work out, okay, that's done, it's run its course.
It's done.
And then you keep chatting to them, and then you become their friend. And a few years later, they're just your friend Sally.
Yep.
I'm making up the name. So your friend Sally, you hang out with it on occasion, and then you go to date a new woman. And you say to this new woman, hey, do you want to date, whatever, and you start hanging out with the woman and, you sleep with her and whatever you do. And she says, oh, you might mention your friend. You might mention Sal. That's her name, isn't it? I forget names. So you mentioned Sally. Hey, Sally and I I saw Sally the other day, whatever reason. And the friend goes, oh, so who's this friend? And then you say, oh, well, she's just a friend. And they go, have you slept with her? And then you go, yeah.
My next question is, how long ago was that?
So you want to know how long ago.
This is what I mean.
That's what matters. That's your for instance.
That's what matters. For instance.
Yep. So how long does it need to be ago for you not to care?
Years.
Needs to be years. And
so 2 or more.
And why?
Because then I think that it's over and she's not a threat.
Right. So why would she be a threat?
If she's more relevant in time, she's a threat. Get it?
No.
If it was 2 years or less, it's so close to the time.
So you think he might sleep with her again?
Yeah.
And why would he sleep with her again if he says he's not going to and he's dating you?
Because it's a vagina.
So you don't have trust in him?
Well, I don't know the person yet. Both.
Okay.
But that's the thing. There's so many, how long have I been with him? The other instance is you go, that's really kind of you thank you so much for being so honest. Do you, would you see a future with this person? Can we move forward? Is she just when you say she's just a friend, do you still, and ask the questions.
Yep.
And then I think you have to move on. He has come to this relationship or you've come to your relationship with a history. You can't not continue a relationship or not try something out with someone based on what they've done last month.
Well, see, this is the question because for me coming in, I wouldn't care at all for lots of reasons.
Yeah.
But one of them is I agree. Someone comes with a whole life full of stuff.
Yeah.
If you're interested in someone and going into a relationship with someone, I am not interested in changing their life and who they can be friends with based on my entering it. So if they're friends with Sally and they've been friends with Sally for years, that's not up to me for them to be friends with Sally. And if I don't want them to be friends with someone, then I'm not the right person for this guy because I'm saying you. I'm putting control parameters on someone from the things that they've done in the past, but it's my insecurity that would be putting that control. It would not be me out of loving, let's just, be exclusive to us.
No.
That's not me. That's not love. That is control out of fear, by basically saying she's a threat. I think you might at some point pick her over me, which is why, goes back to women only being sexual objects and not actually having value besides that. And
who am I to say you can't?
Yeah, and also I've got tickets on myself. Like,
you're pretty good.
I'm awesome. So if I'm dating someone, I can't even imagine dating someone at this point. But anyway, if I was dating someone, I've dated someone for 2 years, 3 years, 2 years. If I was 2 years. If I was dating someone and that was me, I think I'm awesome. And so, I'm worthy of being of dating.
But
and so
you are a different kind of human.
If they are going to veer over to Sally, who they slept with years ago, then they're showing themselves who they are to me. And then thank you very much. That was lovely.
100%.
And goodbye.
But I don't think everyone's like you.
That is correct.
Like women don't come with tickets on themselves.
No.
Like there's some layers of insecurity there. And I think that presents itself. So when, the other person is potentially being honest and saying, this is my friend, da-da-da-da-da, and they're like, I've slept with this woman, you automatically divert to,
was she better in bed than me, blah, blah, blah,
and then
blah.
you go and compare yourself.
Yeah.
And it's like if she's still there, if she was these things, like she then is a potential threat, and then it just causes friction. And I'm like, I don't know, I've never been in the situation, but I'm just thinking.
So the guy in this situation, what would he be to do? Because he's got these girlfriends who he really thinks are awesome.
Let's meet her.
The thing is that my take on it would be he would need to find a woman that was fine with it.
100%.
Because if he changes his relationship with his friends, then he's like shrinking instead of like growing as a person.
Or he could just show the woman that like she's in a threat and we are great friends. Like, here you go, introduce her.
Yeah.
But I don't know, but then that's a tactic. I've been listening to these crazy podcasts lately.
Why? What's the tactic?
Like to show the woman that you're something that you're not, and then all along that he has been sleeping with her.
Yeah.
So the woman thinks, he was so honest with me.
The thing is,
I've met her, I da-da-da-da-da, and then behind her back, they have been fucking.
Well, these things, this is the thing though, these fears and
they're real.
And the reason that people want to control other people is because the fears are real. It can happen. But I guess I'm at the point where I'm like, if it happened, I would deal with it if it happened. I wouldn't try and, because this is where, how when we're always talking about choosing one person over like multiple people in a relationship or anything like that, this is where I think it comes from control. If it was a natural thing to do, you wouldn't have to have all the rules about it, right? No. Because the rules exist so that you can control how the other person acts towards you, and so therefore you feel better about your own insecurities. It's not about like this is natural in us loving necessarily all the time. Sometimes it's about appeasing the other person's insecurities. And so my goal would be stop having the insecurities so much, which I've had heaps of them over the years, but I've just developed this thing, and I'll just get upset if he sleeps with somebody else, and then I'll get over it.
Yeah.
I have been upset many times with guys who do that.
Yes.
That has literally happened to me.
Yeah.
And I am upset. And then you get over it because they weren't for you. Yeah. Because if they were for you, I think it's great when a guy has a woman friends. I actually think.
Well, it says a lot about them. That's where I was sort of going before. Like, if you can move past it, and if a man can hold a relationship / friendship with the opposite sex, like there's value in that.
Oh, yes.
Because he obviously, if this woman wants to be in this person's life and vice versa, he's considerate and he's kind, and there's so many good qualities that I would trust in a woman to judge that man about.
1,000%.
So I think it's
and honestly, to this, just say, imagine if you're the woman coming in and this guy's got women friends and you want to meet the women friends. I think that's going to give you the tick about the guy, not the other way around. Yeah. I think you're going to go, I really like her, and that makes me like him more. Yeah. I reckon that actually increases his value, not decreases his value. If he hasn't slept with them in the first place, is that better?
A little bit. But then there's always that, like, why are you friends then? Like, why would you have, like, where'd the connection come from?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it goes both ways. My mind's fucked.
I'm okay with this particular scenario with like someone meeting on Tinder and you sleep with them a couple of times and then you don't sleep with them anymore and then they become friends. I get that because sometimes you sleep with people just because you like feel like sleeping with people, not because you like have any like relationship attraction
like
to
I
them.
understand that.
Yeah, you know, like
you just.
Well, sometimes you just want to have sex, and so you like them enough to have sex with them, but you don't want to keep having sex with them like that. So I get that. But what about if it's in relation to? I mean, I'm veering now at this point. What about if it's in relation to an ex? Is that different because you had a full blown relationship with them and now you're friends? Is that different?
Yes.
Talk to me,
mate. I've said it multiple times, multiple episodes, multiple seasons. I am just not for that.
Yeah.
It's ended for a reason and, no.
No, I feel
I've told you it's a jealousy thing for me.
Well, what are you jealous of?
We were in a cafe once. I don't know if I shared this story, but we're at one of our favourite restaurants. Like it's a takeaway sort of Turkish restaurant. And this ex-girlfriend was there and I hadn't seen her. It was 13 years that had gone by. And I think I actually have said it now. I'm saying it again. And the same feelings of like jealousy and all that popped up for me. And I just sat there and looked at Anthony and I'm like, are you pretty chuffed with yourself? Like you slept with these two girls in one room. Like, how does that feel?
What did he say?
He just went red and he's got dimples and his dimples, he was like, but he was so embarrassed, like for me mentioning that. And that was awkward for him. But for me, I was like,
you didn't care?
Cool.
You didn't care?
Cool. Well, I'm like, well, I'm with you. And that's what he keeps trying to say to me. He's like, I'm with you.
Yeah.
We have children. Like,
yeah.
We're together.
But this
like, why do you still feel the same way? Because I fucking do. It's in my bones.
This is the thing. Because you have every security that there is possible.
I do.
And well, yeah, because he's chosen you in every single way. And every single day of the week and twice on Sundays, he will choose you.
Twice on Sunday.
Like he chooses you in every single level. You should have absolute tickets on yourself and not care at all, theoretically.
Well, I did when I had that moment.
Yeah, I'm not saying.
I was still like this is so awkward.
And obviously I'm not having a go because you are indicative of most women. And I wonder if men feel the same. I don't know. But but honestly, like how many times do we need to be shown? Like, do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Like,
good point.
Like he can't be more clear.
I know. No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right, but I don't know. Still...
I'm not having a go because all women are the same, which is why we get ourselves in these situations where it's not okay for them to – we want to control other people so that we can make ourselves feel better. And it's fascinating. But in relation to being friends with the next, 0, none, not. I agree with you.
No.
And all of the guys I mentioned in my book, that's it. Shh, go on. Bye.
Cut them off.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Cut.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Because once they've disrespected you and you've learnt the lesson, if you hang around, then you're basically
you're improving that behaviour.
You're dumbing yourself down for more of the same, and that then you're giving them unconscious permission to continue to treat you like shit.
I think if you've ended a relationship that's amicable and there was no I hurt you, you hurt me, it was more just like we're just not connected or we're not the right people for each other. I think that's different.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that in other people's relationships.
So they can stay friends?
Yeah. There's no – like they've ended it with we were not for each other.
So grace and dignity or something?
Yeah.
Yep.
Like I think that's different because I actually think in those scenarios you just stay friends naturally and, you know, whatever. But
yeah,
I think it depends on the circumstance and the intention behind why. Like I'm a why person.
Yes.
Like if you are coming to, like if Anth turned around to me tomorrow and said, I want to go meet up with my ex-girlfriend, my first question is, but why? Like why would you need to do that?
Yeah.
And if there's nothing solid, like and it's not a solid reason and I can't logically understand it, then the answer is going to be, do what you want, but I do not agree with that.
Yes, yeah. I was going to say, what is the answer? I was wondering where you were going to go with that.
No.
I like your answer. But your thoughts are no, but you're not going to tell him no because he'll do what he wants. But, yeah, I agree. But I feel the same as you. I feel like the length of time matters. Like how long? Did you sleep with her last week and now you've decided never to sleep with her again? Or was it 3 years ago?
See, it matters.
Yeah, it does.
Finite details matter.
But I can tell you, and this happens to me every single time I meet a man, there are levels of honesty and there is always another level of honesty. Women are not being told the truth, just in general.
But you know that. You can
all
read
the
through it.
time.
Do you care
Do I care?
about, like, past relationships and, like, have you ever felt little tinges of jealousy along the way?
Yes.
When?
Jealousy is an emotion. Everyone feels jealousy at times.
But, like, has there been a time that's, like, on the forefront of your mind regarding this?
I feel jealousy at the weirdest of times, like the weirdest of times. I will feel jelly. I might feel jealous if they ask someone else for advice and not me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So that I don't feel jealous if they sleep with 6 people. But if they go and tell their deepest secret to someone else and they normally tell me that I'm like, but I wanted to be the one that you told me the secret.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have had that before. Not lately, really. I haven't had anything lately that's like, you know. But, yeah, I think there's a huge value of men having friendships with women and I think it's a massive positive. But I also agree that, I was saying men don't tell you the truth. Sometimes they can't tell you the truth because, like you just said, women can't handle it necessarily. And if you straight up say, oh, I'm friends with, 7 women and I've slept with 5 of them, but we're just all still friends, you know what I mean? Like I'm just making this up now, obviously. But, like, that wouldn't go down well on a first date.
I remember before Anthony and I got back together and I asked the question. I said, look, if we're going to do this, I need to know everything.
Yeah.
And I just remember the look he gave me, like, and the words were something along the lines of, like, do you really want to know? Because he knew that some of the things he was going to say I wouldn't agree with or I wouldn't be okay with.
Yeah.
And I had to be like, yeah, if I wanted to hear it, I had to hear it.
And then you had to be okay with it because
and then I had to
you
be
weren't
okay
with him.
Because I said, yeah, that's right.
Yep.
I think that was, that was the easiest part. You weren't with me. It wasn't had nothing to do with me.
Yes.
And I could sort of like compartmentalize that.
Yeah.
And I think that that's what you should bring to a new relationship.
Well, see, this
right?
is the thing because that you've just hit another nail there. Like women think it reflects on them that what the man's doing. So if just say I'm meeting a new guy and I say to you, oh, I really like this guy, but he's got a girlfriend. He's friends with his ex. Like let's make up something that's not true. Mm-hmm. Some guy's friends with his ex and I want to date that guy. It's your opinion that I'd be scared of.
Mine?
Not scared of, but like as in yours is the opinion.
I don't give a shit what you do.
But yours is the opinion that matters is what I'm saying. Like as in like I could reconcile that with him, whatever. I can't imagine. But like your opinion would be matter. So like you would care what like other people think about an Ant's done. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like rather than what you think, it's what other people would think. Like that's why we want to control other people's behavior because how it reflects on you, how their behavior reflects on you. Does that make sense?
It does, but he wasn't my responsibility at that time, so I can't control anything that he's done.
No, but have you told people that what he's done?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh. I'm going to find out one day. Anyway, I was going to add to that, like in relation to.
Oh my God, he's making him sound like a bloody.
Yeah, like
he's going to listen to this and go, "What the fuck are you talking?"
Well,
about?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Nothing. I'm just saying, like in the time that he's apart, he was obviously doing things.
Yeah, he saw people. Yeah, like a regular person.
A regular person.
Yeah, exactly. No, what I was going to say was I was saying that all men. I basically said all men lie, and I don't mean that as a negative thing. Yeah. I want to clarify that because I think women do too. Because it's similar to the situation whereby when my kids were little and I didn't know when to bring up that all of them were autistic.
Oh,
so like you don't hide that, but you don't necessarily say, oh yeah, by the way,
Yeah.
Someone came into the smoothie bar yesterday said to me, we were talking about other things, and she was talking about her kids, and she goes, I've got 3 kids to 3 different fathers, and that's how she introduced it. I've never met her before. And I remember saying to somebody else, I said, that's a really interesting statement to make first up when you first meet someone. And I said, it's like me saying, hi, I'm KV, I've slept with a lot of people. Like, it's true. But at what point is that relevant to the conversation? And I think dating goes in here. So I need to like give guys the benefit of the doubt in this relation, in relation to this as well. You don't want to reveal all your cards on the first day because it sounds ridiculous.
Have you watched Pitch Perfect, the movie?
No, I haven't. Why does she do that?
Rebel Wilson is in the movie.
Yeah.
And her name's Patricia in the movie, but she introduces herself. This is before she went on her weight loss journey.
Yeah.
As Fat Amy. She's like, because if you're not going to say it, you're going to think it. So I'm just going to call myself Fat Amy.
Well, there you go.
So I think this
she's owning
in that. She's like, I'm owning it. Like,
yeah,
I'm a mum of 3 and they've got 3 dads. Like, so before you find out from someone else, here it is.
I wasn't going to find out from anyone else. I didn't even know her. But I know what you mean. Like, I didn't take offense to it. Like, I didn't judge her like people would judge her.
Yeah.
But I just thought, I get it. Like, I get it in that perspective from men that they, like, at what point do you say some of this stuff? So I'm saying all men will hide stuff. But also,
but I think if they're given the opportunity and they're asked the questions, half the time, I mean, I'm a question asker. I don't know if you figured that out by now, but I want to fucking know.
Yeah.
Like, so ask the questions. If you don't ask, you will never know.
Well, I ask. That's how I get myself into trouble.
Yeah, but then you also filter faster. And you can go, no, yes.
I was telling someone a story the other day because I asked the questions. That's how I've had to sort of like deliberately pull myself away from dating sometimes because I ask the questions and I know how disgusting some men can be that seem perfectly fine. And I was telling a story to a friend the other day about how I'd slept with a guy. This was probably 4 years ago or something like that. Look at me telling all my sex stories again. Haven't done this for a while. And we'd had sex maybe 3 times or something. This might have been the 3rd or 4th time or whatever, just a casual thing. And we had sex and we were lying there, probably still naked, I would say. And I'd said to him, what are you doing tonight? I must have been doing something else. I was in Melbourne for something and I must have been probably going out with you. I don't know. And I said, what are you doing later? And he goes, well, this is casual, so I guess I'll tell you the truth. And I said, what? And he goes, well, I've got a date planned. And I said, yeah, you're going on a date. And he said, I've got a picnic rug and I've got a picnic blanket. So picnic rug is a picnic blanket, Chris. And I've got a basket and some champagne and a charcuterie board. And like full of all the stuff that you would like. And I'm going to take her to the river and I'm going to sit down and have a nice relax and, it's my first date with her. And I said, why did you come here and sleep with me if you've got that tonight? He goes, well, it's a first date. I'm not going to be sleeping with her tonight and I wanted the sex. And
there you have it, people.
And he was classic example of you're good for sex, you're good for relationship, like putting them separately. That poor girl would have been rocking up thinking he was the most beautiful gentleman on the planet and he had just slept with somebody else 2 hours earlier. Hopefully he showered. And she's then going on a date with him under the premise. And people say they're not exclusive and whatever, all that sort of stuff. Like when you first start, if you've had a first date, of course you're not exclusive. But is that girl thinking he has slept with someone 2 hours earlier? Like, is she really thinking that? And also, why is the answer to her value no sex? She doesn't get any sex because she's got more value. She might want the fucking sex, you idiot. Like, she is the one you want to marry. She's the one you want to fuck because you want to marry the person you fuck because you want the person you marry to be a good fuck. Like, what the fuck? I don't get it.
Oh my
I don't get how the value is. The woman doesn't get the sex. She might want the sex.
God.
Like that, like they're withholding something that we like to value us more.
Oh, fuck.
I don't get it. Ugh, I hope you didn't marry him.
We should do an episode. Where are they now?
I tell you where they are. They're messaging me on Snapchat.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Not all of them, but yeah. Anyway.
Anyway, I loved that episode. That was good.
Look at us go. See you next week.
Bye. Thanks for listening to Sex and the One, an original podcast created by
KV and B.
produced by
B and KV.
content by
KV and B.
enthusiasm for sex.
B. And mostly KV.